I don't like the direction that this world is heading in. I'm 25 years young, and although yes, I may not look like it, I haven't had a haircut in a while, but I still feel youthful. I believe I look youthful, and keep watching my videos and you'll see when I get a haircut every once in a while. So I cut my own hair. But yeah, I've went through a lot in this world, and it takes a toll on you depending how you react to certain things. I don't think I've done everything the way I should, but it's all about your perspective. And with this video, this is my perspective, so you should always assess everything before you move on and before you move forward. So at the end of this video, you'll see it's kind of like a solution answer for the reason why the world is the way it is. And of course, this is all through my perspective, so I just don't like the way it's heading in, and I've learned a lot, and there's some good things about this world, and I don't want to be the person that focuses on things that are bad and just being negative and stuff. I'm a very positive person, although I have a monotone face. It's not like I'm very positive. I'm also a very honest person, and there's so many things that I don't like. To name a few, in any country really, but especially in America, and no, if anyone's wondering, I'm not American. I do have an American accent, but I'm not an American by like identity or culture. I'm a mixed race of Bosnian, Turkish, Arab, mixed race, mixed ethnicity, mixed nationality, biracial, whatever you want to call it. But I know that living in America, obviously I have an American accent, and I've noticed that in other countries, I've been to other countries, and it's bad everywhere. I mean, this isn't a video about America, but to start on that, America has a lot of issues with, every day there's something going on. There's, a kid wakes up one day and, he doesn't know who he is, and that's just being normalized. A kid might wake up one day and say, hey, I want to be this, I want to be that. But I just think that that's an issue mentally that we need to look to and be together as a family and see, hey, this is not okay, and you see our just any kids, or like even adults nowadays, they're still acting like kids, and they're playing video games, they're watching TV all day, and they believe whatever is on the news, it somehow has truth to it. Me personally, I don't believe anything I don't even watch the news. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I don't watch TV. I mean, there's certain shows and movies that I'll watch, but I make sure before I watch it that it doesn't have certain type of language in it or things in it. But we've just gotten to a point where people just love watching, being by themselves, being antisocial. And when it comes to the news, I don't believe anything that these politicians are telling us. And it's just, every day it's something new. Every day it's something bad on the news. And again, I'm going to talk about the rest of the world, but right now we're talking about America. And it's advertised as such of this good country, and like that people are doing good things, that this is the greatest country of all time, that there's no issues in this country. And when they show you on TV, they always show you something bad. Like the citizens always get something bad. But the people from other countries, somehow, I guess through marketing and sales, they see everything good about the country. And of course, every country on this planet has good and bad things. But for some reason, immigrants believe that this is the land of the free and the land of the home. And of course, there's some Americans that still believe that. They think that, this is the best place, this is most freedom, this is the land of opportunity. If you don't speak English, you're living under a rock. If you don't know anything about the American culture or the modernization of this world, you don't know anything. I don't like that. I don't like that, and I don't have anything against people loving their country. I just think that it gets to a point where it's not patriotic. It's just, you're just being blind to the truth that this country, it wasn't founded on, Christian principles. It was found on Freemasonry, which is arguably satanic, and this is something that people don't realize. They're always mentioning, oh, bring back to the old America. Like, no, this is how it always was. It's just getting worse and worse. And I just kind of laugh, with all due respect to all the people that that love it here so much, like they have so much faith in it. And it's just, it gets to the point where it is idolatry, but it's also just unnecessary. I mean, you're again, and I don't like the idea of a government, because at the end of the day, government are people and citizens are people. So we're letting them run us and tell us what to do, and we're just supposed to sit here and listen to it. We're just supposed to listen, and they're the government, but at the end of the day, they're people, and there's people telling other people how to live, and they're taking things away from them, and they're doing this. But at the end of the day, we're all people. So why is there, and now I'm not saying there shouldn't be dictators or leaders. I believe we should have that. But just the idea of the government here, or, the idea that it is a democracy, which is irrelevant. And I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I believe both of them have their wrong issues. And just a quick thing on the Republican thing, they believe that they're conservative, and all that. I would disagree with that. I don't think they're conservative at all. I think that they're conserving their party, And Democrats are obviously free-spirited, and they do all sorts of crazy things. I don't agree with either. But to say that one is better than the other, it's just, why do we even have those two, But in America, anything can happen. A kid can wake up and say, I want to do this, I want to do that. You can disrespect anyone on the internet, and you have no repercussions. The only thing you can't do here is just get involved with the government, unless you have some type of connection. So, and yeah, and America's a good place to, if you want to be a millionaire. Either you want to be a millionaire, or you want to dream about the American dream, which the American dream is just an imaginary friend. It doesn't exist. It never did, and it never will. Again, there's issues in every country, but to think that this is the best country, or it's irrelevant. And this isn't a political video at all. This is just a video to show you that uncivilized people that live in other countries, are just as good as here. And to speak on that, uncivilized people are some of the most civilized, actually. They're the most sane people. Uncivilized are the most sane people that live in villages outside of civilization. But we've been programmed in our mind to think that civilized, right? Civilized is someone that, is normal, that is behaving well. And outside of civilization, but people are living fine. They're living past their hundreds. They're healthy, and they don't have any problems. They don't have stress. And the less things you have, I'm a minimalist. I believe everyone should incorporate some form of that. And I just believe that you can have a lot of money, you can have a lot of land, but you can still have less materials, right? And I've always said this: there's no problem with having a lot of money, having a lot of land and living a peaceful life, you know, but having less is really having more and brings you more happiness, right? But in America and in most countries, in Western countries, they're very pushing the materialistic lifestyle. And I don't believe in that lifestyle. Again, that has nothing to do with having a lot of money and having some land and moving off the grid, living remote in some village. Living a peaceful life without stress is very possible. But in America, it's, you know, no one's healthy. There's some that are healthy, some that are just eating all sorts of things, you know. I see, you know, people with great hair, people with bald hair, you know, people that are bald, you know. It's just like you know, and that's just being normalized. And everything, anyone in America can do whatever they want, and that's their idea of the American dream, the land of the free. But it's not really freedom, it's just psychological warfare to make you think that you're free, but really it's just crazy. I just believe it needs some order, you know. You got people, you know, congratulating themselves that they're overweight, obese. People that don't have any hair on their head, they think that's normal, that's genetic. Pretty much the whole world, every country believes that stress is normal and that stress is a part of life. But I believe that it's who you surround yourself, where you live, and how you perceive things, and what do you live for, what is your faith. And when you understand that stress is not normal, it's just being normalized. So there's a difference with things that are normal and things that are normalized. And that's what's happening, especially in America and most Western countries, is that people could just do whatever they want. You know, like I said, besides being involved with the government and having any sort of power, you can just do whatever you want. You know, you could walk around, you know, without any clothes on. You know, of course you'll get in trouble, but people do it, you know. People smoke all types of things. People drink a lot of alcohol. Most people don't exercise. The ones that do, they have their reasons. Again, that's your personal reason. I'm not judging anyone. And yeah, everything's just being normalized to say, hey, you know, we changed for the better, you know, more technology, you know, kids aren't going outside anymore. People, adults, don't know how to socialize. That's a skill, but that's something that is normal, you know. And to touch back on the dictator situation that I brought up, again, I realize that there are bad ones. I don't want to speak about anyone. I wish everyone the best. God bless all. I was saying in terms of like a good leader, a good dictator, someone who really cares for their people, who's not doing things behind the scenes, and someone with order, you know. And I believe in the Eastern way of life, as I consider myself an Eastern man. I think people should incorporate that and learn more about it. But the West is trying to take over, Western people in the West, and that's something I don't want to be a part of, and I would ask you to be careful of that. This world is also heading in the direction of always having a response to something. Again, this isn't a political video. This isn't to offend anyone. I wish the best for everyone watching this. I really don't want any problems with anyone. And that's the point, is I don't want problems with anyone. I really don't. And I was an MMA fighter, and I would love to continue that, but I had to prioritize my career, so right now I'm just training with it. But, you know, so I've been training with people who, you know, who can fight, you know, and even more than MMA fighting, people who do, you know, even more than that, techniques outside in the street that you would do to defend yourself. But it's just that problem is that I don't have a problem, and that's a problem for people. When you don't have a problem, you still have a problem, because this direction that the world is going in is that you need to have a response. You need to have a reaction. And that's what civilized people do. But like it was said in a movie before, all these civilized people will eat each other one day, and it will be problems, you know. Uncivilized people are normal to me, and I consider myself an uncivilized person that just wants to help people and live a peaceful life. But yeah, I don't have a problem with anyone, and I don't feel like we should always have a response to everything. And this is how I was growing up, and I'm still struggling with this at times, so I don't want to come off as a hypocrite. But I tend to react a bit too much to certain things that bother me. And that's not only with your personal relationships or just having a conversation with someone. It can be anything from political to, you know, from school, from anything, anywhere you go, it's always about having to respond either physically. Sometimes it's just better to let things go and just don't stress. Because as I said before, stress is not normal, stress is not natural, and stress is not necessary. It's avoidable. And, you know, having great hair is possible. It doesn't matter what your genetics are. You know, you can grow a couple inches, you know, look into it. You can have great hair. You can work hard. You can start your own business. You can live off the grid and have a lot of money. Anyone can do that. You can live in the village. You can be uncivilized and be happy and be normal. And you can start to understand the simple things, and you can incorporate minimalism. And you can be... You shouldn't avoid persecution. You know, you should be okay with being persecuted. Whether it's for your faith or whatever you're standing up for, you should be persecuted for it. But we have this idea, especially in America, where it's like, no, don't be persecuted. Don't stand for what you believe in. You know, it's very hypocritical. It's like, oh, you can say whatever, but it's certain things that you just can't say. And those things that you can't say, they're just completely outrageous. They're completely outrageous. And I'm not saying that you should, you know, have a group of people, citizens of people of any country that are just, don't listen to anything. We don't have any order. We should have order. But we shouldn't have to question things because certain things should just be illegal. Certain things like kids shouldn't even think of. Like, I shouldn't even have to have certain experiences to understand that. And coming from a mixed background, experiencing certain forms of persecution, I've felt it with my Muslim background, seeing the light of Orthodox Christianity, which I will make another channel specifically for that in my faith. But this is more of just me talking, expressing my thoughts and opinions, and certain facts on this channel. But yeah, allowing people to see the light of that and what those people that have the Orthodox Christian faith have endured, the persecution. And seeing that, again, when I'm talking about dictator, I think things should be more peaceful. There should be less technology. There should be no junk food, you know, no cussing, no alcohol, smoking, not watching too much TV, not fighting with each other, always having a response to something, you know, taking care of your hair, helping others but not posting it on the internet. Everywhere I go now is just about posting on the internet, and it's just about people are stabbing each other in the back and finding new friends and saying these are my real friends. And people are doing a lot of things, you know, people are cheating, you know, with their relationships, they're cheating on tests. And again, this is life, you know, we make mistakes, so I hope you guys don't get the message of this video is, and I have so much more to say, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys can subscribe to my channel, share it, like, comment, because I will have more videos coming, and I have a lot more to say. But I hope that you guys understood from my video, this is not about being a perfectionist. Because we are people, we make mistakes, we have issues, we grow, we get better. But I think that there's a fine line between making mistakes and just doing something that is wrong. And I think we need to start agreeing on certain things that are just not okay. So yeah. So the solution / answer to everything is really that there is no solution. And that's not to not give you hope. That's just to not put your hope, trust, and faith in this world. I believe that this is a fallen, sinful world, and there's just a lot of evil things going on. And that he's not the creator of this world, but he is the God of this world, unfortunately, now. That most people are following. That's Satan. And there's really just no hope in this world. The best thing you could do is just apply the things that you know that are good, and everything that I said in this video, I hope that you listen to it, but at the same time you also do your own research, you listen to it. And I do believe in God, and I know the true faith. I pray people see that of the Orthodox Christian faith, but also I know people who don't believe in it, who believe in other things or don't believe in anything, which I think that's a problem. Just not believing that we come from dust or monkeys, that's just weird. But understanding that even if you believe in something different, I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm saying if you do believe in something different, you know that there's a lot of issues going on, and you shouldn't put your hope in the world or in other people. But that shouldn't stop you from trying to do better and show people that that's the solution. The solution is just enduring and showing that there's a lot of errors going on. And don't take things personally. Don't ever stress. And everything's going to be okay.